Hello and welcome to the Flory Models Friday catch-up show. Here we are with you on the 17th of November 2023. After a fantastic weekend last weekend, obviously we were at Scale ModelWorld. I haven't been for 2 years because obviously we weren't there for the COVID years, but it was nice to be back. We were there just as a visitor, and as I said before, it's the first time I've done that in like 15 years of doing the show. So yeah, I must admit it's a very different experience. When you're not trading and you don't have all the stress and hassles from it, it's actually quite nice just to walk around. Thank you to everybody who gave us great feedback about what we do here at Flory Models. It is really nice to hear obviously positive thoughts and how we've helped you with your modelling, but it's great to meet so many of you and obviously put some faces to names, because obviously, you know, when you're online and obviously the live chat things and stuff like that, you see lots of names, but you never have a face to put next to it. So it's really, really nice to have a catch up. Obviously the Flory members, we all had our bit of a meet up as well. Great to talk to so many of you there, but definitely we will be back next year. A lot of fun, you know, a lot of chat, and we had a really good time at the show. So well done to everybody who took part in that one. I hope you got yourself some bargains at the show, because there was a few floating around there. But yeah, really good time was had by all. Anyway, because of all of that and travelling and various bits and pieces and catching up with stuff, didn't actually get a show out on Monday. But obviously on Tuesday we did. So on Tuesday, we were right back with you. And Matt started on his. So Matt was actually working on his Marauder 2, which is the old Tamiya kit, and he's been doing some 3D printed bits on that one as well. And then he was talking to us about that particular kit, what he's going to be doing with it, all the bits and pieces. So we'll be looking forward to that one over the next few weeks as we're going through. And then I was basically talking about where I've been getting up to on the actual thingamajig, the Viking, all right. And then obviously I was then starting to put the wash, as I did, which I've got a video down here, there it is, of actually putting the wash. So we was carrying on obviously with the Helldiver, and for this particular time we was just giving it a coat of dark dirt wash absolutely everywhere on this one as we were making our way through. Obviously we was letting it dry. Matt was cracking on with his, and obviously we were answering all your questions and all the other bits and pieces throughout the show. And then obviously I was there taking the wash off. So if you want to see that all live, all done in real time as well, no cuts and edits and all the rest of it, you can see that one. That is on there just like that. So again, talking about different ways of taking off the wash, how it works, how simple it is to use, and everything else like that. So that came along very, very well. So I was happy with that one. So anyway, we'll be carrying on with that one over the next few weeks, hopefully. So next up for that, we'll be just going through the measures, a little bit more weathering. So we're going to be doing some chipping, some pencil work, various bits and pieces with it like that as we make our way through with that particular build. So still lots of fun to come with that particular one. Then on Wednesday, we had the PM show. So really we were talking about everything that happened at the weekend. Obviously all the latest things that were coming out of that. Obviously we were looking at the various things. I've got some pictures down in here somewhere if I can find them. All the latest releases, everything else that's new and is out and things like that as well. So and generally looking through all the various ones. There we go. So we was having a look at the new Gannet, which is due out only in a few weeks' time. And it was great because we actually managed to get hands-on with the kit. So we had a go at putting it together, which was a lot of fun. And I can testify to the fit. The fit is absolutely fantastic. The fuselage hearts, even with all that detailed stuff inside, goes together absolutely fine with a really satisfying click, which is really nice as well. And then the wings, the way that they go on as well, again, a nice satisfying click when they actually get into place. So really, really nice. And having it folded up, as you can see, looks, I think, better than wings down, and you can still see all the cockpit detail, so it doesn't cover up anything particularly because the way that the wing fold is, it's behind everything. But the sprues, we obviously got to feel them and have a look at those, but actually getting to touch the kit and get up close to it, it really is a fantastic kit. Really looking forward to that, and yes, I will be building it, definitely. Obviously the Buccaneer as well, the RAF Buccaneer, that will be coming out as well in December, so that looks absolutely fantastic. But as you can see, it is an absolute gem. It goes together so well. It is actually fantastic. So yeah, good job with that one. So anyway, if you want to catch up with that show and everything else that's going on in the PM world, all the latest releases and what we got coming in, things like that, you can actually grab that now as well. So that's up online. Then we were over to last night's show, members show. probably can't show you a lot of this one, to be honest. Obviously our own thoughts, a little bit more risque, shall we say, than the normal shows that we do, but it's me and the guys, and we were talking obviously about Telford and various things, answering loads of your questions as well for the members question time, and all things like that. So again, if you want to go off and see that one, members, if you click into it, you'll be taken off to it, and you can see the actual show down in there. And obviously we was going through not a great deal of building, if we're honest, because we were discussing and answering questions and various things as well. So you can imagine Matt did a little bit of work on his tank, but we were basically answering all your questions. We had lots of them in there this week. So members, if you've got any questions, the area is unlocked this week. You can post up your questions as well. So lots of fun to come with that one. And then back over to today. We've actually got part 10. And the Viking is up with you as well. So again, really different way of doing this one. As you say, I don't like to just do one trick pony and do all my builds the same. I like to use different techniques just to showcase different ways of doing it. All right, so down in here we did obviously a bit of post work as well on the actual thing. This has just got the wash is off now and it's looking good. And then obviously we did a little bit more post shading. So with the wash on there, it grinds it down, it makes it look dirty. So we went down in there doing some post touch up work, anti-corrosion control and all things like that. Then we've come in with some washes. So down in here, a little bit of the old shadow. And then literally we were going around and doing that. And as you can see, marbling it up. So we just put it on, let it dry, and then we basically get it all out of the way. And again, you can see a before and after. This wing hasn't been done. This wing has been done. Body's been done right the way through. And then exactly the same on the top. So heavy walkway areas, getting a lot more work. Everything else just a little bit more subtle right the way through. As you can see, letting it slightly dry off and then coming through and stippling and marbling with it right the way over it. And then we did a little bit of blending work just to blend it down in there, just like that. So that's come along really very, very well indeed. And here she is. So there we go. We can see there now, looking really, really nice, really dirty, pretty gnarly and all the rest of it. So happy with how she's turned out. She's looking absolute great. We've done the wings as well. So these are all ready to go on. And I've even got the engines. They're all fully weathered now, ready to go on as well. We're going for a sort of end of cruise look, if that makes sense, for the Viking. But yeah, so that's what we're going to go. So now it's technically done. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be starting to put it together. So we're going to detach the wheel bays now, get the gear installed into it. We get the engines onto it. We can actually get the outer pylons fitted into this one right the way through. We can even start to work on the radar at the front, getting all of those in. As say, wings and things like that, that'll be last on. So really this week we're going to be pushing on, or next week I should say, with getting it all in there. So again, a little bit of detail work to do around these areas, but technically all the weathering's done now and we can really start to push on with it. So she's going to be looking, hopefully, very dirty, very gnarly and very nice. So yes, she'll be all right when she's all done. So that one. The other one, of course, was this little lady, looking absolutely fantastic. All right, I'm very, very happy how this one's come out. Going to do some things I've never done with this one, or not normally do. So we're going to be coming here and we're going to be doing a little bit of pencil work. As I say, I've never managed to get it to work, so I thought I'll try it live. Hey, what can go wrong? All right, but yes, so we've got the Helldiver down here, so we're going to be doing chipping with it, scratching, the usual bits and pieces right the way over this. And then this one will get, but obviously not quite as heavy as this one, the oil work right over it as well. So again, it will marble it down and wear it down and everything else like that. But that's literally just the dark dirt wash. There's nothing else on that apart from the dark dirt wash, and it came out really very, very nicely indeed. So I'm happy with that one, happy with the colours, so it's coming through. I've also done all the gear work for it as well, so slightly behind me and down in here I've got all the parts for it. So we've done the spinner, we've done the gear, we've done the undercarriage for it, we've got the bombays all sorted as well, that's all done. So again, we've got all the parts ready to go. So just into weathering next week on that one, I think, right the way through. So going to be live with you on Tuesday, literally Tuesday afternoon at 3 o'clock. So I'll be pushing on with that one. Matt will be working on with his tank and things like that with it all the way in. And then next week, really hopeful that this thing will be somewhat together. I don't think we're quite finished yet. There's a couple more parts to this, but everything's done and painted now and weathered. So we're just into the point where we can say, right, let's start to get it together, get it folded in, and that way we can then just play with it a little bit more to refine it down to exactly how we want. But again, having a lot of fun with both of these builds are coming along really, really nicely on that one. Just got to mention next week it's all going to be a bit hectic at the end of the week, because obviously we've got, as you can see here, we've actually got our turkey shoot for 2023. Now the turkey shoot, if you've never been to us before and you never know what we do, it's free, it's open to anyone. Obviously the membership has a little bit more because they get some of the stuff on the forum with it, but generally what we do, we build a kit right the way through. And I will be building, if I just grab it, if it's loose. this classic kit, you might have seen recently I did a video on that particular one where we talk about what a fantastic kit and how it changed my life. And again, my world record for that is building one of those start to finish, fully weathered and to the client in 22 hours. It was a complete rush job at the last minute, but it's not going to be quite that quick. What we're going to be doing is starting it live Thursday night. It's open to everybody to watch, so you don't have to be a member. You can come along and join in. Obviously, we have the chat rooms open as well in YouTube land. Obviously, the members, you get your own chat room anyway as well. And we're all going to be building, so we can start together and hopefully finish over the weekend together. So it's going to start literally 7:30 on Thursday. Then we're going to be live with you excuse me, at 2 o'clock on Friday afternoon till 4 o'clock, and then we're going to be live with you all weekend 10 till 12 and then 2 till 4 on Saturday and Sunday. So then we'll be showcasing your work. Obviously you can get interactive with this one. You can send me your pictures, you can put the pictures up on our Instagram account and stuff like that, and we can see how your builds are progressing right the way through. It's light-hearted, it's supposed to be enjoyable and having a little bit of fun. It's not serious. If you're serious, don't watch, trust us, because you'll be shouting at the screen and stuff. But what we like to do is just literally have a little bit of fun. Some people build 1 kit, some people build 10 kits. It just depends on what you want to do. You can keep it simple, you can do something really complicated, but the goal is to actually build an entire model between Thursday and Sunday night and get them finished by 5 o'clock on Sunday. So that's the ultimate goal to this one. And then what I'll do is I'll put a video together for the following Friday show showcasing everybody's completed builds. And it doesn't matter if you're a member or a non-member, because I'll get your photos from social media and stuff like that. So if you do want to join in with us, you are more than welcome. We will have some special offers going as well. I know PM Store will be having some specials. Obviously, Flory Models will be having some specials. And then hopefully some of the people we deal with as well, like Brett over in High Altitude Hobbies in the US as well, will be doing some discounts as well. So there'll be plenty of things. Also, there'll be some prizes, our new mugs, things like that as well. So you can come up, you can grab those, and I will be dishing out some goodies on each and every show for anybody who comments on our thing. So usual thing, like and subscribe, ring the notification bell, and obviously you'll get the full thing of when we are live. And that goes for members and non-members as well, because that's the quickest way to find out when we're doing live shows and those types of things. So going to be a lot of fun. So beginning of next week, normal, and then from Thursday onwards, it'll be totally getting on with this little lump, and then hopefully we'll get it all finished off by Sunday afternoon, showcased and ready to go. So Showtime 100 will be showcased at 4 o'clock with any luck. But again, I've got some goodies for it, a little bit of aftermarket. I've got some seats, I might put some removable flight tags, things like that onto it as well, just to make it a little bit nice, all right? But again, should be a lot of fun. It'd be great to have you along if you want to come along and join in with us like that. Just have a look around the actual PM store. Obviously, there's not a great massive load of things coming in, but we have had a couple of things in. They're huge, and it is massive. This thing's 1/24 scale. Andy's got one already, and he showed me. I will review this kit next week. Mine is winging its way to me. So next week, I will obviously do the full review on this one. But it is a huge lump. But basically, it's the N1 Starfighter. This is the Mandalorian version with all the bits. Looks really very, very nice. And as you know, I'm currently working on some big stuff at the moment. I've got a huge 32nd scale Y-wing that I'm working on at the moment, so this will go along very nicely with it as well. So anyway, I will get the review of that one up. If you do fancy one, grab one now, so that's up on there. And then usual bits that we got down in here, some of it unfortunately we're currently out of stock of the actual Thunderbolt, but obviously the new version should be out in the next 2 weeks, so that would be nice to see that one. And obviously got those gorgeous Sea Dragons in as well, so if you fancy any of those ones, they are in there. Over on the specials area, again, it's just being sort of freshed around at the moment. We're holding back really till next weekend, so again, it's pretty static as it was during the week, all right? But if you do fancy any of these ones, we've got some great ones down in here. Obviously, I will do a review as well of the Airfix 410, the little 72nd one, as soon as I get my grubby little mitts on one. All right, so yes, looking forward to that. But if you do fancy any of those ones, you can see those kits. They are available up there right now. Don't forget, if you do want to join Flory Models, easiest way to do it is just click on the membership page. Click down in here and there's full details and all your terms and conditions and everything else like that. But really the easiest way is you can come through Patreon, and anyone can come through Patreon, all right? And you can just do it like that. Sign up through Patreon, and then within normally sort of, you know, an hour or two, but sometimes obviously if I'm not near a computer, I will send you the login details and all your subscription bits and pieces for getting in the forum, all right? But it's only £4 a month. So it's £4 a month plus that, all right? So if you want to do that one, you can do it annually as well. So it's just £50 for the entire year, or for you, non-EU people, you can come in to us direct as well. Same thing, send me an email, say you're not in the EU, and I can send you a direct login and all your information and everything straight away through the actual Flory Models site, and it's really, really straightforward. So I will do all the leg room and set it all up for you. All you got to do is take out the subscription and pay your money, and you are straight in. And again, lots of discounts with that one. You get the members discounts, obviously the special offers from PM Models, and again, this year we are planning on getting, or next year I should say, getting on with some of our members meets back around the museums and various things that we do as well at weekends. So it'd be great to have you along for those ones. But again, that's all open to the members. But at just £4 a month plus VAT, it's a bit of a bargain in this day and age. Anyway, that's about it from me. Really looking forward to next week. Not only are we going to be pushing on with these a lot, obviously we've got the actual turkey shoot, which again, if you've never seen it before, it's just a bit of fun. We have a right good laugh doing it all and put a bit of enjoyment back in the hobby, and we can all build along together and we can have a chat and discussions. You can show us your work. It's fully interactive with that one. We absolutely love doing it, and it'll be the last big thing before Christmas as well. So really looking forward to that. As always, on a Friday, I'm going to leave you with your great work from the gallery. So until next week, everybody, happy modelling. Take care.
Wasted. My heart grows heavy.